Today we'll be exploring one of the most bizarre and unnatural phenomena ever discovered: strange signals from parallel universes. While parallel universes might be one of the most debated theories in the scientific community, many strange and unexplained events might just lead us closer to discovering that they actually exist. From the Mandela effect, a strange phenomenon that suggests we have shifted to a different timeline, to mysterious signals picked up by scientists. Join us as we explore these eerie and unexplainable signals from parallel universes. Our experts have searched the internet, scouring scientific articles, journals, and theories to bring you the most mind-boggling and unexplainable proof of parallel universes that you won't want to miss. So let's dive in and get ready for a wild ride through the uncharted territories of parallel universes and the evidence that these other worlds actually exist. These are unexplainable and terrifying signals from parallel universes. Monopoly. It's one of the most infamous examples of the Mandela effect, and one that has puzzled Monopoly enthusiasts for decades. Rich Uncle Pennybags, the iconic mascot of the beloved board game, is often misremembered as wearing a monocle on his left eye. However, in reality, Pennybags has never worn a monocle. This misconception may stem from a blend with another popular mascot, Mr. Peanut from the Planters brand. Mr. Peanut does wear a monocle, leading some people to mix up the two characters in their minds. Many theorists, however, question whether or not this is actually the case. After all, nobody conflates other mascots with each other, and so the theory that this is simply a case of misremembering doesn't quite add up. Instead, this infamous example of the Mandela effect has left many swearing that Pennybags did indeed have a monocle at some point, only for it to suddenly disappear from all official depictions of the character. Whether you believe in parallel universes or not, the mystery of the Monopoly Man's monocle continues to baffle and intrigue players and theorists alike. It's possible that Pennybags from an alternative universe did wear a monocle, and that we simply split ways from this universe through some unexplainable phenomenon. Regardless of the truth, the Mandela effect surrounding Monopoly and its mascot has cemented itself as one of the most well-known examples of potential parallel universe experiences. NASA Universe. In 2020, some NASA scientists working in Antarctica made a shocking discovery: evidence of a parallel universe where the laws of physics are reversed. This discovery was made through an experiment called ANITA, where scientists used a giant balloon to detect high-energy particles that can only come up from Earth rather than down from outer space. This suggests that these particles are actually traveling backward in time, providing substantial evidence for the existence of a parallel universe. This discovery has sent shockwaves through the scientific community and has sparked further research into the possibility of alternate universes coexisting with our own. The idea of a parallel universe may seem like something straight out of science fiction, but with this groundbreaking discovery, it may soon become a widely accepted scientific concept. While there was heavy debate over whether or not this discovery was actually a parallel universe, it has reignited interest and speculation in these mysterious alternate worlds. After all, this could be proof that the Mandela effect is real and that we are constantly shifting between different versions of reality. But what are some other crazy examples of the Mandela effect at work? Jiffy.
Particular brand of peanut butter as Jiffy, not Jif. The logo itself does suggest 3 letters to go with its 3 colored bars.
What's even more unnerving than the Monopoly Man's missing monocle is the fact that many people swear they remember a brand of peanut butter called Jiffy. While this may seem harmless, there's just one problem: Jiffy never existed. The two popular competing brands, Jif and Skippy, might have caused this false memory in many individuals. Their similar names and packaging could have led to people misremembering a new brand, Jiffy. Just like with the Monopoly Man, however, some theorists question if there's more to the story. Did Jiffy actually exist in a parallel universe, only for us to merge with a different timeline where it never existed? While the mystery of Jiffy may never be fully solved, it serves as a haunting reminder that our memories may not always be as reliable as we think. Even the smallest details, like the name of a popular brand, can be distorted and blended with our memories, potentially leading to false beliefs and experiences. Even scarier, it's possible that we're in a universe that's different than our original one, or that we're constantly shifting through universes without knowing. Emily Saji. While the Mandela effect might be one of the most prominent examples of potential parallel universes, the story of Emily Saji offers a more tangible and eerie experience. Saji, a teacher at an exclusive girls' school in 19th century France, is said to have had a doppelganger, an exact physical copy of herself that would appear and mimic her actions. On multiple occasions, students and staff at the school witnessed this bizarre phenomenon, with the doppelganger even being seen in two places at once. While some might argue that this was all a trick or an elaborate hoax, the fact that multiple people could see and interact with the doppelganger lends credence to the theory that this was indeed a parallel universe experience. Whether Saji herself was aware of this or not, her doppelganger's appearances have left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it, and has become a popular tale in the world of strange phenomena and parallel universes. In one famous recorded instance, the full body of all 42 students saw Sagi's doppelganger in action, cementing the mystery in history as one of the most compelling cases for parallel universes. Two of the girls even allegedly approached the doppelganger and tried to touch it, only to feel an odd resistance in the air surrounding it. Lincoln's doppelganger. There have been many obscure cases of doppelganger sightings, but what if the doppelganger wasn't just a look-alike, but an exact double from a parallel universe? Such is the case of Abraham Lincoln, who reportedly saw his own doppelganger twice before his assassination. The first sighting occurred in 1860, shortly after his election to the presidency, when he saw two reflections of himself in a mirror, one of which was slightly paler than the other. This was said to be an omen that he would not live to see the end of his second term. The second sighting took place in 1865, just days before he was assassinated, when he reportedly saw his doppelganger sitting in his chair in the Oval Office. Some believe that this doppelganger was a glimpse into a parallel universe where Lincoln was not assassinated and was able to serve out his full second term. While these theories cannot be proven, the mysterious and eerie nature of Lincoln's doppelganger sightings leaves many wondering about the potential existence of parallel universes. Was Lincoln being visited by his alter ego from an alternate reality? After all, Lincoln himself seemed to be rational at the time and wasn't suffering from delusions, so what exactly did he see? Guy de Maupassant. Let's travel back in time to 1889, when the renowned French writer Guy de Maupassant had a strange encounter with his doppelganger. According to de Maupassant, while he was in his study writing a short story, his body suddenly entered the room and began dictating the story to him. This experience is said to have inspired de Maupassant to write his famous short story, in which the main character also experiences encounters with his own doppelganger. However, this was only one of many strange experiences de Maupassant claimed to have had with his doppelganger. Some believe that these visions may have been linked to de Maupassant's syphilis, which caused him to suffer from mental illness later in life. Whether or not these encounters with his doppelganger were a product of his illness or something more otherworldly, de Maupassant's story continues to intrigue and inspire writers and readers alike. At the end of his life, de Maupassant was committed to a mental institution and died a year later, leaving behind a legacy of literary masterpieces and a mysterious connection to the concept of doppelgangers and parallel universes. Many believe that his doppelganger may have framed him, ultimately leading to his downfall. Could this be evidence of a parallel universe where de Maupassant's doppelganger had a more sinister motive? The truth remains a mystery, but it's enough to give anyone chills. Clarice.
She'll have to match wits.
I'll help you catch him, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
If you want to try to do an impression of the infamous cannibal Hannibal Lecter from The Silence of the Lambs, you might instinctively say, "Hello, Clarice," in a creepy tone.
Hello, Clarice.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling. May I speak with you?
After all, it's one of the most iconic lines from the movie. However, if you go back and rewatch the film, you'll be surprised to find that this line was never actually said. In fact, Lecter never even says Clarice in that infamous scene. Instead, he greets FBI agent Clarice Starling with a simple "Good morning." So where did this widely remembered line come from? According to many, it's possible that this bizarre misunderstanding actually came from an alternative universe, just like the Mandela effect claims. Alternatively, our brains may have created a false memory of Lecter saying "Hello, Clarice" based on other context clues and cues from the scene. Whether you believe it's a true Mandela effect or just a simple misquote, one thing is for sure: this famous non-quote will continue to puzzle and intrigue fans of The Silence of the Lambs for years to come. Could they have been living in another parallel universe? Fruit of the Loom.
You're most well known for selling underwear. Most people recognize the brand for their colorful logo, which has nothing to do with underwear.
As one of the most famous brands of underwear, Fruit of the Loom has sparked many debates and discussions about the existence of a cornucopia in its logo. Many people vividly remember a cornucopia overflowing with fruit on the label inside their underwear. However, the official logo has never featured a cornucopia, but instead a pile of fruit. So why do so many people have a distinct memory of the cornucopia? One of the most prominent theories about why this logo is seemingly missing its famous symbol suggests that the cornucopia could have been part of a previous iteration of the logo that has since been updated. This could explain why some people remember it while others don't, but no proof of this previous logo version exists. Another theory suggests that the Mandela effect is at play, where individuals may have shifted to a parallel universe where the logo does include a cornucopia. Whether it's a case of misremembering or a glitch in the matrix, the debate about the existence of a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo continues to spark intrigue and curiosity. After all, it could be possible that an underwear brand is the key to unlocking the answer to parallel universes. Mona Lisa.
Some people are disappointed when they first see the most famous painting in the world, or in Mona Lisa's case, years. By contrast, on her skin, the brushstrokes were applied in an irregular way.
While some of the Mandela effect memories may simply be people incorrectly remembering things, others have sparked more conspiracy-like theories. One such example is the iconic painting of the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. Many people remember the subject of the painting, known as La Gioconda or La Joconde, as having a slight smile. Others, however, don't remember it this way at all. In fact, they remember her as having a slight frown or smirk on her face. Could this be evidence of a parallel universe where the painting shows the subject with a different expression? Or is it simply a result of our brains filling in the gaps when thinking about the painting? While some theories suggest that it's simply our mind filling in the gap, this seems like an incomplete answer. After all, the smile is one of the most infamous aspects of the painting and has been analyzed and debated by art experts for centuries. Perhaps this is just another instance where our memories have crossed paths with an alternate reality, showing us small glimpses of a different world. John Donne. If there are any doppelganger stories as tragic as Donne's, then they have yet to be uncovered. The poet's experience of seeing his wife's doppelganger in Paris, holding a newborn baby while his own wife was giving birth to a stillborn child, is a haunting and inexplicable occurrence. While some may doubt the authenticity of the story, the fact that it was recorded by two of Donne's friends, one of whom was a reputable writer, lends weight to its believability. Donne himself was known for being a highly intellectual and deep thinker, which only adds to the intrigue surrounding this event. Whether it was a true glimpse into a parallel universe where his wife successfully gave birth to a living child, or simply a tragic coincidence, Donne's doppelganger experience will forever remain a mysterious and thought-provoking event in history. Some have questioned the authenticity of the story, as the accounts do seem to differ on crucial details, but others point out that this just might be the nature of a parallel universe. After all, if there truly are infinite parallel universes, then small discrepancies in details may be expected. No matter the truth behind the story, it lends itself to the mystic and chilling, making for a solely unexplained and unlikely look into the possibility of worlds beyond our own. Sister Mary. While many examples of parallel universes end up with doppelganger stories, still others lend themselves to a far stranger phenomenon: biolocation. Biolocation, or the ability to be in two places at once, may very well be proof of a parallel universe existing. Usually in cases of biolocation, a person is witnessed in one location when they are actually physically located somewhere else, leading some to believe that this person has somehow split into two versions of themselves in different universes. One of the most astonishing cases of biolocation involved Sister Mary of Jesus, a nun in 17th century Spain. According to reports, Sister Mary would regularly fall into a trance-like state and visit the Isolita mission in what is now New Mexico. Upon awakening, she would be able to accurately describe the Native American inhabitants, their appearance, customs, and language, none of which she had ever been exposed to. This led to the locals believing that she had miraculously converted them to Christianity, although she claimed to have only spoken to them through God's grace. Some theorists theorists suggest that Sister Mary may have been tapping into a parallel universe where she did indeed travel to the Isolita mission and convert the natives. Others believe that she was simply experiencing an advanced form of astral projection, where her spirit was able to travel to other locations while her physical body remained in Spain. Whatever the explanation, the case of Sister Mary and her biolocation abilities remains an intriguing and unexplainable example of a potential parallel universe experience. Johann Wolfgang.
In the realm of ideas, everything depends on enthusiasm. In the real world, all rests on perseverance.
Is déjà vu simply repeating our paths in a similar manner, or is it a vision of parallel universes crossing paths? In the case of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, many believe it was a brief glimpse into an alternate timeline. In his autobiography, Goethe recounts a strange encounter he had while visiting a woman he was having an affair with. He describes looking up and seeing a man in a gray suit trimmed in gold, who then disappeared. 8 years later, Goethe was once again visiting the same woman and realized he was wearing the same gray suit trimmed in gold he had seen on his double years before. This experience left Goethe questioning the concept of time and the possibility of parallel universes intersecting. Some believe that the man Goethe saw was his doppelganger from another universe, briefly crossing paths with him in this one. Others suggest that Goethe himself had shifted into a different timeline, and the man he saw was his alternate self. In either case, this strange encounter with his doppelganger left a lasting impression on Goethe and has become a famous example of a potential brush with parallel universes. The Berenstain Bears.
Yep, except for Sister's good glove.
When it comes to the Mandela effect, almost everyone experiences some sort of confusion or unexplainable feeling when it comes to the beloved children's book series, The Berenstain Bears. Despite the fact that the series has been around for decades, some readers swear that the name is actually spelled Berenstain instead of Berenstain. This discrepancy has caused much debate and speculation among readers and theorists alike. One theory suggests that the misspelling of the name could be due to exposure to misspelled words during childhood, leading to the incorrect memory being stored in our brains. However, with so many people having the same exact memory, it's difficult to dismiss this as a simple case of misremembering. Some believe that this could be evidence of parallel universes, with some readers remembering a timeline where the name was spelled differently. Others suggest that it could be a hint or clue from the author Stan Berenstain, who passed away years ago. Regardless of the explanation, the Berenstain or Berenstain dilemma remains a prominent and eerie example of the Mandela effect, leaving readers and theorists alike questioning the true spelling of the beloved Bear family's surname. C3PO.
Sent to the spice mines of Kessel or smashed into who knows what. Don't you call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of green.
There are many highly debated elements surrounding the theory of parallel universes, and one of the most notorious examples of this is found in the iconic character of C3PO from the Star Wars franchise. While most fans remember the protocol droid as being completely gold-plated, the reality is that his right leg below the knee has always been silver. But for die-hard fans who have watched the original trilogy multiple times, it can be a startling realization. Some believe that this is just a case of misremembering, but others argue that it is evidence of a parallel universe where C3PO is entirely gold. The Mandela effect is often cited as a possible explanation, with the theory that our memories are combined with those from a parallel universe, leading us to falsely remember C3PO as being completely gold. Regardless of the truth behind this discrepancy, it has sparked numerous discussions and debates among Star Wars fans, adding to the overall fascination with parallel universes. It's a fairly common thing for a Star Wars fan to suddenly realize that C3PO was not in fact entirely gold, and this discovery only fuels the ongoing debates about the existence of parallel universes and how they could potentially intertwine with our own. Shazam.
What happened to saying hello?
There are few examples of the Mandela effect as strong and widespread as the belief in a movie called Shazam starring Sinbad as a genie, instead of the actual movie Shazam which starred Shaquille O'Neal. This phenomenon has been discussed in depth by theorists and skeptics alike, with some attributing it to a faulty, widespread memory, and others believing it is a sign of parallel universes colliding. The confusion may stem from the fact that Sinbad did star in another children's film called First Kid around the same time period, leading some to mix up the two movies. However, many people remain convinced that they have seen a movie called Shazam, and some even claim to have vivid memories of watching it. Even experts on the Mandela effect have admitted to questioning their own memories of the supposed movie. Whether it's a simple false memory or evidence of a parallel universe, the supposed movie Shazam and its elusive star Sinbad continue to intrigue and bewilder audiences.